Welcome to the BLG Tip of the Week. I am your host, The Shake and Bake. We are coming to you from Studio 107 in Columbus, Ohio, right out of our office. And I am here joined by the Iron Man. How you doing today, Iron Man?
I'm ready for this holiday week.
Are you really?
I really am.
That's good news.
I'm very
good
excited
news.
for our tip of the week today.
Now, what kind of day, what kind of week are we dealing with here?
I'm not sure. It might be Turkey Day.
Turkey Day. I love the gobble. One more time. Oh,
Everybody loves
great.
the gobbler.
That's great. Well, we wanted to bring back the tip of the week since we never really truly got it started. We had a lot of things to adjust in the studio. We've been working hard at that, and hopefully that shows both on our video and audio. But boy, this has been fun, and it's so much nicer to come in and just get this done, and enjoy it, not have to play with all the buttons. Thanks to our friends over at Stream Deck. They've really helped out a lot with this process. But anyway, we thought that today we would talk about a tip that's likely to come up, given that it is Turkey Day. There it is. What a great gobble. Anyway, so what happens in America around Turkey Day that does not involve an oven, that does not involve perhaps a roast or a grill? What other kind of ways are there to roast one of those beautiful, beautiful birds?
I haven't really seen an air fryer for this yet, so probably a turkey fryer.
Deep
standard
fryer.
oil deep fryer.
Yes, I'm going to share a statistic with you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's not a good one. It says that last year, over $15 million were actually spent on insurance claims stemming directly from the deep fryer.
Say what?
It's true.
Oh my goodness.
It's true.
That's
It's
crazy.
true. And this is kind of a crazy stat. 50 serious injuries. And this one blew me away. I just didn't think you could really, die from this process, but 5 fatalities.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So pretty serious stuff. And I know it's a lot of fun. I've done it once. Have you ever actually deep fried one?
My family tried one time. My brother was in charge. He forgot to turn it on in advance.
Uh-oh.
So the vat of oil was room temperature when he tried to put that.
Not
turkey.
good.
Come on, man.
Not
Yeah,
good. No,
seriously.
Yeah. So it is very dangerous, and all joking aside. And on top of that, I want to tell you about something that I think it was Judge King told me this in court the other day. There actually is an indoor fryer. It's made by Masterbuilt, I believe. And I checked them out. I was thinking about even buying one. They're not that expensive, but you'll be shocked to know they were out of stock everywhere.
Of an indoor fryer.
Of an
Because
indoor
Every
fryer.
tip I've read has said, do not be indoors.
Well, the way this works, it's a contained unit, and it
Okay.
sits on a countertop, albeit a very large unit because turkeys are generally 20 pounds or whatever you're
Yeah.
cooking up this year. But that is another option, apparently a much safer option. But let's just say you're out frying your turkey and you've got some friends around. Let's just be a little more candid. Most people at Thanksgiving, I know some call it Tanksgiving. That's because they like to partake in alcoholic type drinks and beverages.
Adult bevies.
During the holiday. And because of that, sometimes decisions that get made are not always the best decisions.
That's
And
surprising.
it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
But with that, I wonder what would happen and what would you do? Let's first say if you were a little sloppy with your tactics and you encounter a garage fire, for example.
Oh boy.
Not good. What would you do? Where would you go? How would you rebuild your garage when it was in turkey ashes?
Oh my gosh. That just sounds horrible. But I would imagine you'd consult your homeowner's liability policy.
Ah, very good guess.
Sounds
Very
like the
good
place I
guess.
would start.
Right. And it is important to note that is one of the purposes of your policy is to take care of fire damage, other types of damage that might be caused by hail or weather. But another thing to remember, water is also included in your homeowner's policy in terms of damages, but you got to be very careful because those are typically limited to only X amount of coverage. If you have a upstairs washer and dryer, and unfortunately you have one that decides to leak and go down through 2 or 3 levels, that's going to be hundreds of thousands maybe in damage. And many homeowners policies are limited to 10,000 when it comes to water damage.
Ooh, no good.
Yeah, so maybe take a look at that. That's a side note, nothing to do with Thanksgiving.
Yeah, nothing to do with deep frying turkey.
No way. But there they are again.
There he is.
Yeah, he's not happy that we're off
happy.
topic.
Yep.
Not happy. But
Got it.
when it comes to the deep frying, obviously you got to be very careful. If you do encounter a problem, what do you think if I decide to wait 6 months? I'm really busy. It's the holidays. Yeah, my garage burnt down, but I think I'll wait 6 months and then I'll give my insurance company a call. Good idea?
I don't recommend that either. Goodness. You're gonna let some of the evidence spoil. You're not gonna be able to, to get an adjuster in there quickly to give you an idea of, the value of the damage, and
Probably a fire inspector maybe to see
that,
how you made this mess of your
that
garage.
may not even be your choice when the neighbors call the fire department.
True.
That there's a fire
True.
in the garage next door.
True. Well, the important part is, in all seriousness, you need to put your insurance company on notice promptly. Most insurance policies will specifically state that you need to let them know within a reasonable period of time. And I don't know exactly what that is. I don't know if there's a date per se or a number of days, but nonetheless, waiting to do that is an excuse for them to say, we weren't on notice of this. We don't have to cover it. So not a good idea. I would let them know right away, quite promptly, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I'd also be interested to know, since, we're an injury firm.
Yes.
What would happen if your neighbor happened to be standing next to the fryer when something went awry? Maybe your propane tank was too close.
Yep.
Maybe there was some water that spilled in and
Some splatter.
caused some splatter.
Yep. And encountered maybe a 3rd-degree burn of some kind.
Yeah.
Well, here we go again. You got to go back to that homeowner's insurance policy. You have to call your homeowner's policy company and inform them that someone's been injured on your premises. Again, another notice requirement there. If you miss that, they can always come back later and say something like, we're not going to cover the claim that your neighbor has brought against you, and your neighbor's suing you now for the money that they had to pay in medical bills and possible long-term scarring. I would assume that this type of oil can cause some serious burns that'll probably never heal.
That temperature, absolutely.
Yeah. So another example of why putting your insurance company on notice of any of these claims is very important, and doing it in a prompt fashion. Also, you have to remember that if you're running the fryer, better be careful if people are around, because this is just like any other injury negligence claim. You're being negligent in the manner in which you're frying the turkey. Guess who's on the hook?
A homeowner.
Oh, I thought it was the turkey.
Oh, the turkey.
I'm sorry. The turkey probably won't show up for court after
okay.
Thanksgiving, though. I hear he won an award of a pop-up red thermometer for showing up. So yeah. Anyway,
that's the door prize.
So how do we prevent these things? I know we're not master turkey fryers, but we did pull a few safety tips we thought might be of interest and possibly of help.
Well, excluding our new self-contained indoor deep fryer,
I threw that one at you.
You would typically want to keep your deep fryer away from the house, 10 feet away from the house. Don't keep it in a garage.
Right.
Don't put it on the deck. Don't put it under trees or other structures.
Not a good idea.
No. Mm-mm. Keep it free and in the open. Put it on flat ground. You don't want this thing weebling and
I feel
wobbling.
like most of the YouTube videos involve some form of hill or other elevation that it's like, why would you think that would stay on there at a 45-degree angle?
Yeah, and you certainly want it to be thawed and dry. You don't want this thing full of water. Again, that's going to cause really bad splatter.
I do remember that when I did it, I think maybe I had not thought it out as well as I should have. And I do remember when I dropped the turkey in, it was fairly volcanic. Mm-hmm. And that was a scary thing.
Because of all that moisture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that water just lights up real fast. If you're using a propane-based deep fryer, you want to keep that, a couple of feet away from the fryer itself.
Probably a good idea.
You don't want that hot oil spilling all over there. The really big one is to keep an appropriate fire extinguisher close by.
Great tip.
Not just any fire extinguisher, right? You got to get one that's made specifically for oil-related fires.
That's right. Because if you get the other kind, they'll work, but they're not going to work nearly as fast. That's the issue. And those are all very good tips. I think also limit the amount of alcohol consumption if you are the one frying the turkey. If you're a bystander enjoying the show, that's fine. But if you're actually the one doing it, perhaps you should wait until after the feast to indulge in the alcoholic beverages.
One of the interesting ones that I saw, and maybe you can make a fun outfit out of this, but it said wear goggles and wear, oven mitts, right?
I think goggles is a great idea because it only takes one little splash up in your eye.
Oh, goodness.
You may not be able to see out of that eye ever again.
It just hurts thinking about it.
It really does.
It hurts my eyeball.
Yeah. Well, I think these were all great tips, don't you? I think the turkey agrees. Sure enough.
He's always in agreement.
Yeah, he's excited for the party, has no clue what's coming.
No clue that
that's going to be real hot, real hot for Mr. Turkey. But, well, for this tip of the week, I think that's about all we've got. But we thank you for tuning in as always. We wish you a happy Thanksgiving from the Baker Law Group. We are excited to come back from Thanksgiving. We're going to be throwing out some other tips of the week, hopefully every week now that we've got it all up and running. But until then, stay safe. Be safe. Don't burn yourself with the turkey fryer. And if you have a problem and something happens, and maybe there's a negligent person out there with their turkey fryer you fall victim to, give us a call. 614-228-1882. Matt, you have a great Thanksgiving, my friend.
You too.
Take care.
Thank you.